everyone, Megan here from Ninisca Homestead and the blog niniscamade.com, and I am here hunkered between two bushes trying to stay out of the wind so that you can actually hear me as I'm trying to talk. We are about to get a big weather change here in central Kansas. It is April 19th and usually our frost-free date is May 1st, so we are well within the anticipated frost. However, it's beautiful today other than the wind, and everything is blooming and so beautiful, and so we are going to try to cover up as much as we can, but for the most part we haven't really started growing anything outdoors yet. I have seedlings underneath grow lights and I won't be moving them out until May. These cherry bushes that I'm sitting between, they're going to get hit really hard tonight. We're going to try to cover them with a sheet and hope for the best, but our apple trees, the cherry trees, a lot of it's just going to have to tough it out. So we also have some greenhouse tops that we've made out of greenhouse plastic and wire. So I'm going to show you those, and I'm also going to show you the tops that we've made for our garden beds. So far the only things that we need to cover are garlic and strawberries, and then my peonies and our hops rhizomes that we've planted. So let's go on a little walk and I'll show you everything that we are doing to get ready for this frost. This is our original garden that we built in 2017. It is basically self-sufficient and has its own water supply, its own water well, as well as irrigation set to timers. Until the frost-free date has passed, which is May 1st, we will not be turning any of this on. So all of the perennials and herbs and the garlic and the strawberries, I'm just kind of watering by hand when needed. I'm also making sure to check for pests and keep everything nice and healthy while we wait for spring. I'm still trying to stay out of the wind, so I'm kind of hunkered down over here. These are the greenhouse tops that we've put over our raised beds. They do a really nice job of keeping everything from freezing at night. They do tend to overheat a little bit, so on a warm day we actually do have to crack them open so that the plants aren't baking inside. This is our bed of garlic. Directly across from me are our strawberries. And these are the only two beds that we're going to cover because this is the only stuff that we have in the ground that I'm worried about freezing. This is the area that we refer to as our back garden. We always had a dirt garden back here, but last year when we were quarantined during the spring, we had a pallet of cedar shingles that we repurposed into raised beds. We've been really happy with it, and I like having them out of the ground because they're easier to control the weeds and the pests. I'm not a fan of stepping on a snake when I'm gardening, so this works really well for us. We also have irrigation. Some of my other perennials are covered with wire tunnels. We made these by using chicken wire with plastic over the top of them. These are our rhizomes for hops as well as my peonies. And over here we have our asparagus. We won't be covering the asparagus, and it's just starting to produce. We've had this area for about 3 years, and every year it's going to get a little bit better. I'm hoping that this year we have more asparagus than we know what to do with. That would be just fine with us. Our asparagus patch does have a lot of weeds, and we need to do something about the mulch situation. Ideally, we wouldn't have all of this grass popping up through here, but I am very excited to have fresh grilled asparagus and maybe a quiche. I really just can't wait. Our poor apple tree is going to have a really rough time though. All of these beautiful blooms, we don't really have a way of protecting them from the frost these next 2 nights. 29 degrees might not be so good. Alright guys, thank you so much for following along as I get our garden ready for a cold snap, which, like I said, isn't that out of the ordinary here in central Kansas, so I'm sure everything will be fine, but these beautiful cherries might not do quite as well as we had hoped this year. Feel free to comment, share, and like this post, and follow me on the blog niniscamade.com, or let's connect on Instagram at niniscamade. Follow me on Thursdays when I release new videos about recipes from scratch, gardening tips, or natural living. Have a wonderful day, guys.